As much as I'm loving the extra hype music, no, we're going to be extra serious now. Super serious. Because I am totally ready for us to dive in to game 1 of a best of 3 with Team 3 versus Team 8. Portalis, SaladEsc, Finding a Cool Internet Name is Tough, and Oladushek. Again, I'm so serious all the time, and I'll have nobody say anything different. Oh my! Oh dear! What's happened to my camera? Why am I so small? Oh dear! Let's be a reasonable size. Well, I just must be a tiny man in the corner. There we go. Before we dive into starting, right? So, game 1. Oh, and I've a small, tiny. No! Don't. There we go. Just, jeez, doing its own thing. And oh, that's a bit quiet audio. We'll live with it. If you need anything louder, if you need anything quieter, do let me know as we go through, and I will try and adjust things as we go. But here we go. First game will be on Nomad. We have Oladushek, TC down nice and early in the blue, playing as the Malians. Officially the best Civ in the game. Totally official. To the right, we have SaladEsc playing as the Lithuanians. Pretty good Nomad Civ as well. What is this god tier placement? We got Boar right there. Hunt is unfortunately on the other side of the trees, but we've got berries, we've got tree line, we've got gold and stone right in one area. Oh, and teammate right next to them with the dock. So all in all, relatively safe. To the north of SaladEsc, we have Finding a Cool Internet Name is Tough in the green, who will be particularly hard for us to see on this map as we go through the game. Decent spot for this TC, but so much later than everybody else getting the TC down. Has some hunt nearby, is on wood. So now we're all about seeing how comfortable people are with the idea of Nomad. So Portalis here is the Dravidians, also a really fantastic civ for any kind of water control. Really, really strong. If they get into a position where they can start making their unique unit, they're really hard to push off the water because they're so fucking tanky. Certainly for all of the civs that we've got here. So water control should be something that Portalis and SaladEsc can probably guarantee on securing. However, SaladEsc has his dock down to the north, Oladushek right next to him, so they're primed for some water battle. It's a really good position for SaladEsc. Lots of access to fish, which if anybody here has had a watch of Paradox's Nomad tournament, which was absolutely fantastic, great watch. Was very informative for how Nomad goes on. I can't say that I'm a Nomad expert, but I do enjoy a little bit of Nomad. Finding a Cool Internet Name is Tough is kind of away from everybody else's docks, so it has a decent chance of... Oh, SaladEsc, he's got the Nomad strats. Will anybody else? Has a decent chance of being avoided, certainly at the start of the game. Idle time is pretty high for Portalis, 21 seconds, and that is increasing. And they're just right on top of each other. And I do think that that's probably a negative for Finding a Cool Internet Name is Tough. Has less idle TC time than everybody else in the server, but that's because his TC was up so much later. We've got 11 eco units for Oladushek and only 8 for Finding a Cool Internet Name is Tough. 9 for Portalis and 12 for SaladEsc. So effectively, SaladEsc and Oladushek are pretty much neck and neck. Oladushek was really fast getting his TC down. One thing that is pretty interesting is we've managed to get, because of how quick we were at throwing down that dock, we managed to actually have a bit of an advantage in the eco production for SaladEsc. He's even scouting out additional resources for his allies. Be like, you grab that ball. So we can see that there is actually a little bit of communication going on for these players already, which is nice to see. Bear in mind that Oladushek is probably a little bit behind SaladEsc when it comes down to player ratings. I believe SaladEsc is over 2K, right? Oladushek, is he gonna fail it? No, he won't fail it. Somebody drop the player's command in chat. Let me see exactly what. There we go. He's on it. I didn't even need to say. So yeah. So yeah, I was right. But they've both got very similar player highs. So while Oladushek has dropped down a little bit and SaladEsc is a little bit higher at the moment, we don't know how significant that actually is when it comes down to relevance. I thought there was a Vil going down. It was pretty close. Hey, poor thing. Poor thing being abused down to 7 HP. So, off the back of this, we've got a 2 eco lead for Team 8. But so far, nice and close. We have spotted out... I mean... I'm saying we've spotted out, but SaladEsc is actually pinging, so I imagine there was a bit of idle ships there that he was telling Portalis to get going. I think Portalis is probably the slightly higher rate. Was his Portalis slightly higher rating? I remember when we were sort of putting these teams together, I looked at Portalis and was like, Portalis is possibly the highest rated of the low ELO players. 1070, 1088, or second highest. Either way is up there. Finding a cool internet name is tough. Isn't so far behind at over 1K, so 10, 12-ish. Yeah. See, Sanjayan Buraj is a perfectly good internet name and really cool. I don't see why you wouldn't use that as your internet name. It's cool. So, get told. Sanjay. Too long. Is it too long? Or is finding a cool internet name is tough too long? I don't know. Too long for username. Okay. Fair. And yes, I do feel like you were a little late getting your castle up. Not your castle, your town centre up. However, Spanish are probably, when it comes down to it, one of the best nomad civs still that you can have. Being able to try and get that fast castle in. This is so messy. I'm having so much fun watching finding a cool internet name is tough play. This is really scrappy. But it's working. We're okay, and we're sort of leveling out. Feudal Age on the way in for Salad and Portalis. Feudal Age already in for Oladushek. Not a surprise. Malian's also top tier civ for this map. When it comes down to like civ selection, Malians and Spanish I think is just top tier for Nomad. I don't see how there's many civs that you could pick that are better for it. Painful. There we go. Pressure is out immediately from Oladushek, who's gone water, will kill a fishing ship and has forced a lot of idle fishing ships over here. At the same time, SaladEsc is scouting out where fishing ships are, maybe not so deliberately while he's running away, but that should all have been spotted because of shared exploration. So I imagine this boat is baiting them down, and Oladushek will have seen the transition down there, but it looks like a relatively comfortable water win. Some cheesy strats walled in the old villager there, always irritating. But so far, looking really nice for Oladushek. Castle Age in for Salad though. To have managed to go a little bit of water aggro and still get a decent castle age time is really nice. Strength of the Lithuanians coming out there. That click up might genuinely put them in a really good position, because finding a cool internet name is tough. Definitely behind, but are we behind in rares? Because we're expecting green to sort of go for a fast castle, which Spanish, it's to be expected. Because, you know, if they get castle, and here we go, prepping for that castle age click, and it's really good. If you're a lower rated player, all you need at the back of you is 4 conks just to start being a nuisance and let your more experienced player carry you through. This is definitely a strategy that I have successfully pulled off in 2v2 tournaments before, when I've been in ones that have had lower rated players and higher rated players as a combo. It's I think it's a really enjoyable premise. The last one that I did and casted a bit of, I can't even remember what it was called. But it was down to a combined elo, so you had a maximum elo of both players was allowed to be 2k4, I think. So there wasn't any like really high rated players, because people like Sito joining to crush all of the lower rated players is savage. So it had to be a combined rating of 2k4. So you could have some like lower rated players like me, and then some much better rated players that balanced it out. Atten was my buddy for that one, I believe. So far, Salad has lost most of their water, and it looks like a comfortable win for Oladushek, who isn't super far behind. Everybody on their way to Castle Age or in it. We've gone for second TC down on some gold to really guarantee some gold production from Salad, and Salad is spamming some knights over, and I think that's a really good play, because any idling that we get to do to Oladushek before Oladushek is in is really good, especially because this is landing before we've actually managed to get a barracks up and a stable of our own. Malian's probably going to want to go into some camels to try and deal with the spam of the Lithuanians. And all it will take is a few, but we're... Oh, no, he doesn't give a shit. He's going straight monastery. Okay, who cares? While Salad is also prepping a monastery play. So Knight Monk from the Lithuanians, heavy aggro. I don't expect to see a third TC anytime soon, because we're going to focus really heavily on gold production. And it's probably good to sort of change the direction of attack. Because we've lost all of our water, it means that we are falling behind on food production, so we're not going to be able to keep up on producing knights, which is definitely a thing. Who's joined? I heard a badung. Oh, it's just Hypnos being in the chat. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Thought I'd gained a caster for a second. So now finding a cool internet name is tough is also receiving some damage. We won't manage to kill Oladushek's water. Like, this is a pretty comfortable water win. Portalis running all the way away, and Portalis is... The castle is coming down, and it's a beautiful castle. Like, it's a beautiful castle. Outpost went down first, castle will come up, all of the vills going to start running away. It's too late for the counter tower, especially against the Spanish, because you do not get that up quick enough. So there has been some info there to be like, look, run, new TC elsewhere. But this definitely means that I have to say, Portalis and SaladEsc are in a great position over on this side. But if finding a cool internet name is tough, manages to completely dominate the lower rated battle, and Oladushek manages to hold with the water control, this will be massive. Oh, we're already ready to... We've already got the upgrades to convert each other's monks. Well, to convert Blue's monks. Like, this is pretty good. I love Salad's pressure. Going to start taking down the market. Just trying to be as much of a nuisance as possible. This will end as soon as we get a castle up, and it does look like we are focusing quite heavily on trying to get that castle up. Knights probably should be moving around, seeing if they can do any damage, but not just yet. Yeah, just hit most things. It's fine. Conversion comes in, and we actually... It's actually the conversion fight has gone super heavy in favour of Oladushek. That's so funny. Who deletes them as well. Good trades. Redemption on the way for Salad. Wants to get some building conversions off the side of that. Now, Conks are on the way out, and we can see Oladushek's score is definitely inflated because of the water control. And I have to say, I'm very impressed with how well Portalis has done at keeping their fishing ships alive, running them away, trying to keep some kind of stable eco, which is meaning that the retreat isn't as punishing because we still have some food coming in. Though, the damage is high. We have lost a lot of vills and we are completely hemmed in. It's sort of like panic stations for Portalis right now. And at the same time, all Oladushek needs to do is hold in this ridiculous monk conversion fight. You can see there's some high-quality clown play right here. Who puts their money on both Oladushek and Salad being fucking clowns? I smell a clown. Putting makeup on. Castle will come down at a pretty opportune time. The knights are diving in on the gold, and we will lose a few vills, but I don't think it's too bad. Because this castle gives a huge amount of safety. Though, Portalis even getting some good damage onto the fish of Oladushek as well. I really like Portalis' play. I think other than being faced up against the Spanish, I think if this had been any other civ other than Spanish on top of Portalis, I think Portalis might have probably had the overall better play, but it's just not landed well. Not able to deal with the fact that two conks can dive near your TC, and if you're not able to notice what's going on, you can lose some stuff. There's good team play, like there's good communication. I'm very impressed with how well Salad is like moving around and keeping an eye on what his his ally needs to be aware of. Playing really well when it comes down to having a lower rated teammate to give advice to, which is really nice to see. He's definitely not leaving him to die on his own, even though it is looking pretty rough because Oladushek has just held really well and the stupid monk fight keeps going. The conversions keep happening. There's 5 monks in. It is ludicrous. And I have to say, Salad is looking really tidy right now. Like, really tidy. Because he's on 3 TCs. Trying to get some expansion down. But this castle is beautiful. Honestly, finding a cool internet name is tough. MVP. And at the same time, the castle from Oladushek, yeah, GG. Just beautiful play. Strong game one, only 30 in-game minutes, so pretty fast for Nomad. But yeah, really dominant from what effectively comes down to, in my opinion, a bit of a civ win. Like, obviously, we had a really nice monk hold from Oladushek, who turned on the clown, played that really nicely. But at the same time, I'm pretty happy overall. Ooh, I can see myself peeking there. Let's just turn that down just a smidge. Just a smidge. I don't want to be deafening anybody with my my enthusiastic squeaking when I get excited about some shit that's going down. Game 1 is civ picks for us. Yeah, so for those of you that don't know, and I'm pretty sure everybody here does, is... Oh shit, it's Ginger! What up, dog? Hop in Hermetica, come cast with me. Oh my god, I make my week. I've got cider. let's go. Fucking shout out Gingerbeard 2. None of you will know who Gingerbeard 2 is, but He's like my OG casting buddy. Hot damn. So nice to see you in chat. That went very bad very quickly. Stuck on COVID. Oof. It's like deja vu. Back in the day. In fact, do I still have some fucking ginger emotes? I might do. Yeah, I do. Yeah, I do. Get my ginger emotes in the chat, baby. Well, for those of you that don't know, ginger included, there's some funk to the way this tournament plays out. So, game 1, it's game 1 is random map but pick civs, right? Then game 2 is picked map, random civ, and then game 3 is random map, random civ. I think. I could be wrong. It could be picked map and pick civ. That sounds more right. Pick map and pick civ, game 1. Who doesn't have fun looking at me and hold on there. I just need to get it out of my Aldi bag. Me and 1.5 litres of cider that looks like it's a wine, but I'm not that classy. Yeah, baby, we're going to have a cracking evening. Yeah. Game 1, map is decided by the team that wins a coin toss, initiated by the command coin toss in the Discord. And then, yeah, so I was close. Let's have some stats before I get too distracted, because actually I think that was a really interesting play. I really like the team play from SaladEsc and Portalis. This will not be a stomp. This was not a game loss because one team was more skilled than the other. Not at all. Like, this is showing the strength of a practiced strategy, which is Spanish, doing Spanish things, against a civ that is not ready for it. Considering, like, finding a cool internet name is tough, was so far behind in getting a TC down, and still they managed to punish so heavily. And we can just see how just dominant Malians and Spanish are on this, just on Nomad. They're the real S tier civs on Nomad. So, like, I don't think anybody would be like super disheartened about using that one, because why? Ooh, that was duplicated audio for a second there. Right, I'll load up map 2. So hey, no matter what, there's at least like one more, because it's a best of 3. So I'm just saying, I probably should have put some music on for you. I could have done that, but I didn't. King Boo, King Boo. Oh shit, what's next? It will be this one. Okay. Okay. Get ready for some excitement, because we're going to Team Islands. Oh! Look, like I wanna just get into my mindset right here, everybody in chat with me, because there are some games, some maps in particular, that you just love to watch, right? You just love to watch, and one of them, Nomad, obviously, loads of fun. You can clown, you can play it differently. It plays completely different from Arabia. It's not locked off like Arena, but you can still do some funky Arena clownery. Like Nomad, good, entertaining map for everybody to watch. It plays differently, so it doesn't feel shit to play. Nomad, S tier, baby. But another map that I don't get to cast enough and always get excited when I do, fucking Team Islands. it can be a painful, long, drawn-out thing. But you know what it doesn't have? A shit ton of walls. It's just water, baby. You can land. You can go aggressive. It's interesting. Let's see if this one will be interesting as we dive into Game 2 of Team 8 versus Team 3. Game 1 went to Oladushek and finding a cool internet name is tough. And this time, oh boy, this time, the Civ selection has swapped. So we have, for SaladEsc, playing as the Malians, as we have already said. Malians, just S tier Civ, best Civ in the game, super strong, heavy favourite, the Malians every time. Not necessarily a great Civ for Team Islands, because they fall off a little bit in sort of 1v1 because they don't get galley, I think. But they do get their fire ships, and in a 2v2, as long as one person's going for water, for fires, and the other's going for galleys, you Gucci, mate. Not a problem. So still not a negative. One of the best hybrid civs. Yeah, it means that you can get up nice and early. You can go landing. Check out your landing strip. It's a great landing strip, Ginger. I'm ready for that landing strip. Over to the right, ignoring the Malians for a second, we have one of the classic water civs. Like, if you're doing 1v1 islands and you're Portuguese, you're never going to feel bad about that. It has pretty much the full tech tree for water, and they can go for Torias and just slog this game out forever. It's not the end of the world in 2v2, because you can put castles up and make trade, and that one of the major bonuses of the Portuguese is sort of lost. The Fatoria is sort of lost a little bit in team play because you can just trade, and that means that you can get your resources that way indefinitely. But hey, still good. Still good. Then down to the south we have Oladushek playing as the Hindustanis, I believe. Yeah, I was right. I can read. Well, I wasn't looking at reading. I was looking at at the symbols, because I'm drinking and I'm talking. I can't do too many things at once. Jesus. Confirmed that the follower alerts work. That's nice. Thank you for following whoever that was. I couldn't see. But welcome to the Hermetica Clan channel. I am your caster, Tom Snuffles. I'll be here for the rest of the evening. And then finally, to the right, the nice thing about Team Islands is fuck all happens in the first, 10 minutes of the game. So we can waffle at my pace. Hands away from the mouse and keyboard. We're chilling. But either way, finding a cool internet name is tough is playing as the Burmese, not an S tier water civ. They're fine. Everything going on here is fine. They're okay. They've got some fires. They get some galleys. But there's nothing that really shouts out for them. They're not going to be on water faster. They don't get any particularly decent water bonuses. I would say Portuguese and Malians is a way better combo for this map, especially because we've got perfectly fucking solid camels. We've got raiding potential. One of the things that I think will be really useful is if we're going for Malian Gabettos for raiding units. I don't think either of the Burmese or the Hindustanis have a great counter to that. So that's also a thing. FF. We just need some landings. I mean, I could speed through. So, Oladushek got loom. I imagine that was not a loom. Oh no, it is a loom prepping for clicking up. I think it was probably a cocker, but I still think we've probably clicked up a smidge too early. But hey, we've kept the idle time pretty low for everybody. Look at Salad, 0 seconds of TC idle time on the way up. I can't do that. Can any of you do that? Can any of you do the entirety of Dark Age with 0 seconds of idle TC time? Because I guarantee that by the first 3 seconds in game, I've probably... I've probably... I mean, I'll have it. I'm not going to... I'll have it. I'll just stop drinking it. Sorry, that's a wine delivery. I'm going to stop being, like, my cider drinking scum, and I'm going to turn into a classy wine drinker. Okay, Oladushek, again, clicking up first, landing in Feudal Age first. Will we go for 2 docks? Doesn't look like it. Looks like we're sticking to 1 dock. I would have liked to see a second dock on the way down by now if we were really trying to contest the water. But possibly not. Barracks down. Fire galley on the way out. Is the barracks down because we're expecting a landing? Maybe. Doesn't look like anybody's going for that, though. I don't see any transports in queue. Looks like a pretty standard play from everybody all round. It's very confident of finding a cool internet name is tough to have gone for forward docks. Like, I can completely understand why Salad would, because Salad can guarantee a really good click-up time and can guarantee being in a position to go aggressive quite nicely. Like, will have his units out before his opponent reaches him, so won't be significantly behind. Smiley, it's a pleasure. Good luck in your game. I hope you win. I'm confident you will. Smiley OP. Somebody please nerf Smiley, practically a Smurf. That's what they call her, Smurfly. She's just too strong. Smiley would destroy me in a tournament. It's so unfair. I'd say I hopped into a Lewis stream today, 2K GB player, and Lewis said that he's only been playing for a year, and he's 2K, past 2K1. I've been playing since 2015. 2015. I'm 1100. I've been the same rating. In 2015, I was 1600, which is like 1K in today's money. So just, so unfair. Okay, transport ship gets spotted, and we do try. Like, this hasn't gone. This hasn't gone super well. Castle Age on the way in for Salad. Now, this is a pretty low HP transport ship. I probably would have liked to have seen some kind of repairs on this. Like, I do... Oh, God, peeking again. So sorry for the peeking. Like, let's try and nudge that a little bit. So we're peeking a little bit less plosives. And look at it. Salad is like, he's so far ahead in the brain. Like, he's managed to wall off his opponent preemptively in just all the time. Amazing. Just amazing. And we have scouts, we have a villager down, so we're going to drop a building. Stable right next to it. Like, this is fucking crisp. Really nice from Salad. Super comfortable click up time. Like, still has the one thing that I'm a little iffy about, that I like a tiny little bit iffy about, is the fact that we're not dealing with the transport ship, even though we've seen its low HP. We saw it with our fish. Oh God, come on, get him! Get him! No! Oh. The second thing that I'm a little iffy about is because we went for a forward dock, it did mean that we were super vulnerable because our eco is being propped up heavily by the fact that we're still fishing. we're not going to be able to make anything now. We've lost the villager, the scouts have come back, and we've managed to make a knight. One knight is probably not enough. So we're going to need to keep the knight in. We've got to keep the knight in. We need to mass up to about four knights to try and deal with this. As it stands, Oladushek can just run a villager forward and wall this in. And this entire landing is dealt with. So it could have been something really nice, but I don't think it's landed super duper well. Finding a cool internet name is tough on the way up to castle, and so is Portalis. And I have to say, Portalis again doing really well, like super impressive. And you can see that now that Finding a Cool Internet Name is Tough doesn't have that sort of like Civ win advantage that he had in game 1. That Portalis is kind of slightly more well-rounded. Like the difference between somebody at like 10.05, 10.15 to somebody that is knocking at the top ends of 1100, like that's a really big gap. Like when it comes down to it, I genuinely feel that can be massive. Certainly when there's good coaching, and I think the communication between Salad and Portalis is pretty good. Maybe Oladushek and Finding a Cool Internet Name is Tough had some good communication too. I don't know. One of them will have to tell me. Who knows? Oh shit, I've got wine as well. I'm now bougie. My partner has delivered wine. I'm going to be hammered by the end of this stream. Great communication between the two of you. Wow. I'm glad. Oladushek, last person on the way to Castle Age, has received a little bit of pressure, did try and do a little bit of damage, but hasn't really managed to achieve a huge amount. Does currently have the score lead himself, but Finding a Cool Internet Name is Tough is quite a bit further behind. Has managed to click up, but I think that was down to a little bit of market abuse. This is good. This is good. Yes. Punish Portalis. Absolutely. The the militia didn't manage to do a huge amount. Town centre comes up, we will hop in, and that does provide us with a certain amount of safety. But that was a good bit of damage there from Oladushek. Solid, just a really good player. Like a really good player. In tournaments tends to perform like way better than he would do in 1v1s. At the same time, Salad also getting some damage down on Finding a Cool Internet Name is Tough. And we're going for Monastery Defense, which is fine. Like, Monastery Defense is what you would recommend for anybody who isn't, like, shit, right? But I always find that if I try and do a Monastery Defense, I do not have the micro to enable me to defend properly. And we can see that it's probably a very similar thing for Sanjay, or Finding a Cool Internet Name is Tough, because we're so slow at reacting to the 1 or 2 knights that are running around causing a nuisance, that we've managed to lose quite a lot of vills. So, yeah, KD 12. Be nice if I could see the eco KD. Yeah, so we've lost 8 vills, which is pretty rough, all things considered. Again, we're going for spears and camels. And I do think we spotted out the villagers, so we are going to try and find that vill. Will they spot it? Oh, she manages to escape because they run over and they're going for the transport ship. And the villager is moving out, and she's going to stay alive, which is really handy. Means that this pressure that they're putting on with the landing stays going. A little bit of water scrappage going on. It's interesting. Finding a Cool Internet Name is Tough is actually sort of winning on the water now. But I think that's only because Salad hasn't really bothered investing a huge amount back into it. Looks like Oladushek is trying to get back onto the water themselves. And is helping with a little bit of defense over for their buddy. Spear spots out the monks, and we're going to try and land and put a bit more pressure on. I Third TC on the way down. We haven't transitioned over to food yet. 46 Vils against 42 and 47 for Portalis. So it means that Portalis themselves is doing just as well as a 2K player. Nearabouts. Well, not a 2K. Oladushek is what? 1800 at the moment with a lower limit of just under 2K. But I have to say, Oladushek against a 2K player in tournament settings, I still think that could end up being quite even. But at the moment, Salad is looking really comfortable. The TCs. I mean, it's not beautiful, but it's close enough to res that I think it's fine. Like, it's not... I'm saying, like, it's fine. But not, like, fine, if you know what I mean. Like, it's fine. Still doing a little bit of raiding. We idle a wood line, but you know what camels don't do good? They don't raid good. Especially when we probably should be getting some upgrades, but here we go. What do you know? There's more stables on the way down. The villagers, knights running around, being a nuisance. Did we lose the villager? I think we did. I think she did pass. No, she snuck all the way down to the proper south. Amazing. Salad is literally all over the shop, just being a nuisance. And it means that we're on 2 TCs for Oladushek. We are 58 Vils to the 84 of Salad, and Salad is now comfortably on the way to Imp. Fletching on the way in for Portalis, which is nice. I expect us to start transitioning into galleys now, which I think is the right play. Transition to galleys. You can micro this. You can get your advantage that way. Third TC on the way down for finding a cool internet name is tough. And finally, everybody will be on that 3 TC production. We're still trickling in some camel riders and some light cav. Honestly, I'm not loving trickling in, or caravels. Do caravels receive a bonus from fletching? Like, I don't hate caravel, but do they get a bonus from fletching, or do they just behave like water scorpions because they do the pass-through damage? I've never really played a huge amount of Portuguese, so I'm not super down with what the upgrades are for caravel. Okay, so supplies, squires. Supplies, squires, man-at-arms are in the queue. Oh, we know it! Go in there, baby! Oh, it's happening! So, for those of you that don't know, I have a preference. I have a style. That style is quite heavily focused on one strat. It's an addiction. It's a problem. It's a problem. This right here is my this over there, like this. This is my problem, and I love it. Malian Champ Skulls are my favourite unit in the game. They're like the Goths, but better. Just better. For me. I think they're one of the most ridiculous dominant strats in the game. They play really well. It's so hard to deal with. Bear in mind that it takes 24 longswords with upgrades to kill a TC without losing a single longsword. You take that to champions where your Malian champions are effectively receiving no damage, like 1 damage per volley from the TC if they're fully upgraded. The only decent counter is like cavalry, whatever. You've killed their eco. I love it. I love it as a strat, I love it as a play, and this landing will be so hard to deal with because Like, what are we prepping in our defense? We've got spears and we've got monks. Do you know who doesn't give a shit about spears and monks? A fucking army of Malian fucking champ skulls. And it's on the way, baby. We have a few knights in the field. They will shred through town centres like it's nothing. Truly the best strategy possible. Castle coming up defensively with 1 vil for Oladushek. Yeah. Like, what are they going to do? What even is the Hindustani unique unit? What is it? I don't even... Somebody tell me. How have I... Knock off E... Oh, yeah, it's the Ghulam, isn't it? Yeah. Ghulam. Knock off Eagle. They're pretty good, but do you know what Ghulam don't beat? They don't beat Champ Scars, baby. They don't beat Champ Scars. The raids come diving in, and like, what do you do against this? The damage. Camels can't fight two-handed swordsmen. If it turns into like upgraded champions, there's nothing. The damage is there. This is just so punishing. Let's go, swords! Swords! Backed up by siege as well. Like, this is terminal. This is absolutely terminal. There's no response. Castle could come down, but like there's siege there that's going to help it deal with it. Down to 77 vils to the 137 eco units of Salad, and this is, as Mem would say, a total and brutal domination. Doesn't even bother getting champion. Like, who? Like, doesn't need it. Just needs two-handed, fully upgraded two-handed swordsman. Didn't even bother getting their attack upgrades. Bet we don't even have arson. Just using them to just soak up damage and be a nuisance. What's glorious is even if you get a castle and then like get what's it called, crenellations or whatever it is that murder holes. That's the one. I think crenellations was a tech for the Teutons back in the day. I don't know if it still is. Would not surprise me if GG was on the way. There's 1 TC left. We've managed to get back on water, but he doesn't give a shit. Like, we've got it. We did manage to at least get rid of the villager, so that's something. But there's still 1 vil left. More of them being made. If we get enough champion on the way in, yeah. If we get enough two-handed swordsmen, 40 of them probably. Even if we've got a murder holes castle. If you got arson, you can still just take that down. The amount of damage that your units take when they've got all of their armor upgrades is so little. It still is. This game hasn't changed in 20 years. Hell yeah. That's how it's supposed to be. And that means that obviously, I played the original Age of Empires back before even the Conquerors came out. When I was a child, and that doesn't even really count because you're only really playing against the AI and playing the thing. I was such a fucking sad bastard of a child that my hobby, the thing that I did was I do like, because we didn't even have the full game to start off with. We had the a demo that came with a fucking magazine, or was it in a cereal box? It was one of them, and you could play like the first 4 to like the Battle of Stirling or whatever it was in the training missions. But the third one was like, or third or fourth one is like you build your eco, and so all I do is do city building, like feudal age city building, and chop every single tree on the map. That's what my sad bastard brain was like as a child. It's like, yeah, this seems fun, let's do that. Fucking what a dork. So when Forest Nothing came out and became popular, I was like, wait, is that not how the game is played? I thought this was normal. What was not normal is how dominant that was towards the latter half of the game. The landing for Salad obviously coming in clutch, but again, it's a bit down to civs. Like, I really like the way that Oladushek and FindingACoolInternetNameIsThough played that, but the civs really landed well for SaladEsc and Portalis. And we've seen that Malians have been played in both sets today, like in both games today, and every time the Malians have played, they win. So, just saying. Oh yeah, I mean, we've got some partners. So I should probably mention that. It was in the video at the start of the stream, but some of you weren't here for that. We have some partners. They donated to us. Like, we got 100 euros, I think, or dollars, one of them, from freaking AOE Insights as an official partner. Obviously, I'm not being a shill here and saying that AOE Insights is currently the best kind of like way of checking somebody's score, like rating, the recs. Like, I use AOE2 Insights for fucking everything. Everything that I used to use AOE2.net for, I use AOE2 Insights for instead now. AOE2.net is like dead to me. Unless it gets good again. Then maybe it'll come back. But no, for now, as an official partner, AOE2 Insights. That's my one. That's my one. Let's hop back over here for a minute while we load up the final game of this first set. Bear in mind that everybody should be pretty fucking hyped, because when we finish this set, we'll probably have a short break while I eat some food. But next set, we've got fucking SaladEsc playing. Currently, on the ladder, I think the third, maybe fourth highest ranked person on the ladder in 1v1s. Just think about that. 2k7. Fucking who let him in? Jesus Christ. Oh. But his teammate is Big Chief, who everybody here should know. You should know Big Chief. Big Chief is our own personal Hermetica clan low ELO legend. Played in the Battle of the Backseat, got absolutely demolished, but played with such chutzpah. Like, this is the guy that, even though he lost everything, could not find rankings for user SaladEsc. No. Even though he'd lost everything, moved all of his units to the corner and still fucking tried. Yeah. The guts. Good old... Yeah, it's Big Chief and his teammate. Exactly. That's the correct spirit. Sit who? No. Sit who? It's all about the Chief, baby. It's all about the Chief. And I'm so hyped. I'm so hyped to see Big Chief back in a tournament. I think it will be so much fun. Speaking of fun, this third game, back on track, back to like thinking and talking about Age of Empires. So this game, while the last one was like random map, right? Random map, selected civs, I think. This one, random map, random civs. This could be anything. Could be anything. Bear in mind that the Master Wololo bot who picks the maps can pick any map. Just any fucking map. Any map. If it's there, if it exists, it might pick it. What about Big Chiefs though? So what? Big Chief is currently, he's 9, when I last looked, he was something like 917, or was he 890? Either way, he's like at the bridge between 800 and 900. Fucking so close, look at that, 910. Oh! But unfortunately, he spoiled it because I was going to start trying to guess from that. But now I'm like, oh, well, he's 26,214th in the world. Yeah, can't find. He's like, look, it can find Big Chief, but sit who? Sit who? Who even cares? Sit. Oh my God, Big Chief gonna carry this frickin' scrub. Very much looking forward to it. It's going to be very exciting. What will also be exciting is this game. Oh, follower. I missed who that was. Somebody and HK. It's really small on my screen. It doesn't need to be. It doesn't need to be. There is no reason why I shouldn't. There we go. Hoy followed 28 minutes ago, and AoE and HK followed this minute. Thank you very much for following and saying hi in the chat. Thank you for being here. That's great. And thank you for this dinner, Jess. I won't eat it right now. His has a different... yeah, MYI. So he's currently ranked 4th in the world. Look at that. Fucking ludicrous. Okay, well, let's see some ludicrous ourselves. Thank you for the food and the wine, Jess. We have SaladEsc in the red, playing as the Berbers on Scandinavia. For those of you that don't know, Scandinavia, love this map. I've got a real soft spot for it, even though it can be a bit wally. I don't know why, I just always really enjoyed it. And the famous modder who has made a plethora of mods. Yeah, I was going to say... a plethora of mods, most of my mods. And then to the right, we have Salad's teammate and partner in Portalis in the yellow, playing as the Huns. So, right, Huns Berbers is a pretty good combo. Like, that's absolutely fine. It does mean that we do have to lean into a certain style. And unfortunately, I'm just saying... that there is a counter to that style. Do you know what that counter is for these sort of like knight cav archer focused civs? It's camels, mate. Camels and arbalests do quite well against that. So to the north, we have FindingACoolInternetNameIsThough in the green, luring their boar so beautifully, getting it under the TC. Playing as the Hindustanis. Camel Civ. It's Camel Civ. That's unfortunate. And then over to the right, we have Oladushek playing as the Saracens. It's another Camel Civ. Also makes archers. So, that can be quite tough to deal with if you are tied into a sort of knight line kind of thing. Not the end of the world. We could change this up if we were deciding to play the Berbers as a complete knight spam to overrun our opponent. That might be something. But I do think on a Civ selection basis, I do like Team 3's Civs a little bit more. Let's have a look at the map, though. Obviously, every single time is pretty wallable. Loads of fast up times, as in fast castle up times, definitely achievable. We're pretty close to each other. But because of how easy it is to wall, seeing feudal aggression isn't super common on this map. But it can happen. It definitely can happen. I think that you're far more likely to see like a scout play than you are to see or a drush to see like man-at-arms archers, because it's so hard to make man-at-arms archers like really successful on this map. Considering how much wood there is, it's so easy to wall in towards the TC and then keep an area of the map safe if you're being pressured in that way. So, yeah. Though, I have to say, if there was ever going to be a civ that was going to do well in trying to put that feudal pressure on, Saracens, definitely that civ. The extra damage that they get on their archers is to like buildings, spicy, necessary, good. And again, second most important thing on this map, water control. We have dropped a dock. We've got 2 fishing ships out for Oladushek. We've got a fishing ship and a second one on the way down for Salad. Both of these players. And we've also prepped for one over... No! Bad dock. Bad dock. The reason why this is a bad dock is because if you put the dock over here towards this side, you know that you're going to be near as many deep fish as you possibly can. Like look. There's a lot of deep fish. If you put it over here, yes, we're by 2 shore fish. That's nice. But deep fish, not many. What? Damn, dropping subs. So we have Lazy One Kenobi gets gifted a sub, and Malamore from Anne HK. Well, Anne, thank you very much for supporting the stream. That's very kind of you. I'm sure the Hermetica clan will be shouting your name from the rafters. Woo! Do you stream as well as make all of the mods that everybody plays? 2 AM in Hong Kong. Ah, well, that's very, very late. So if this is you heading to bed, good night. And thank you for stopping by. And good luck with all of your endeavours. Thank you so much for swinging by. Oladushek on the way up to Feudal Age. Finding a good internet name is tough. Also, cool internet name is tough. Also on the way to Feudal Age. Salad on the way to Feudal Age. And Portalis on the way to Feudal Age. With lining up some walls, but they are quite a long way from being finished. We almost finished these ones, but then stopped part way. Going for that full circle of wallage. I have to say, the map, if these walls come down for Portalis, especially if we secure this side, like that, and it gets spotted. Salad has seen it and is like, look, dude, wall off there. Really nice. And we're not actually, like, genuinely, we could team wall this. Considering the extra resources that were invested into walling down here, to wall, like, across, and then across, and, like, we could even go, like, across and across. We could completely team wall this and effectively secure half of the map for Salad and Portalis. They're in a really good spot to do that. Instead, they're going separate and a bit of nuisance play. Trying to get some damage. Even manages to avoid damage from the TC. Really nice. Properly irritating. Knows that they have the advantage in ability to pull off the micro. And that is a... This is what happens when an 1800 decides to bully somebody who isn't even 1,000 ELO. Gets a Vil pick as well. Even when the Vil has loom. Oh. Does lose the scout though. I think that's pretty big, but I don't think 1 scout for 1 Vil is worth it necessarily. But it might be worth it if you can really upset your opponent. Portalis dropped down below 900 points, so is now the lowest score player. 25 Vils for Portalis, while everybody else is over 30. And I think part of that is because Portalis was significantly late to making a dock and punching out fishing ships. Everybody else has like 5. Portalis has 3 now. So I do think that's probably where the major difference is. We can see, again... The inefficiency on the fishing ships over here is that we're taking the slower to collect shore fish instead of taking the deep fish. It's not. I wouldn't necessarily love that myself, but we are pretty walled off. We're pretty safe, and we are going for the team wall. Salad is going for the team wall, but he won't get there in time. The archers will get in. Tries to get it. Will he? Oh, he does! He does! That's massive. That's so good. Especially because it'll take these archers a little while to get... Oh, maybe not that long. They could actually get through the house really quick because these are Saracen archers. So we will need to do a second lot of walling right behind that. Stable on the way down to make the walls. Look at how much... Like, this is barely any archers, and the extra damage that they do to palisades really, really helps. Are we going palisade, or are we going stone wall behind that? We're stone walling. Let's go. Let's go. I'm feeling a long game ahead of us. Are you feeling a long game ahead of us? I hope it's not too long, because we do have a live set in 25 minutes. Not 20, 35 minutes. Dinner. I've got a plate of curry right here, ready to go as soon as we've got a break. Ginger, I wish I was feeling something long for you. It's been too long. It's because you didn't get to come to Land Madness this year. And, you know, I missed you every single second. I was there, and it was... Like, I had a nice time, obviously. But I would have had a nicer time had you been there. I mean, Huggy was there. That was nice. Like a bit of Huggy action. Right. Landing by Salad. Really nice. Double dock on the back. Forces all of the fish for finding a cool name to be dead. Takes off Salad as well, gives a huge advantage for Salad and Portalis. The only difference being that we went for the feudal aggression. This is wild, right? Feudal aggression. Did you wee yourself? You spilled a glass of wine on our bed. So you spilt it on my side? Oh, it's just awful. The behaviour of this woman. Should be... So, for now, the announcement is, and it's tragically so, that for a while, Land Madness is on hold. At least until 2024. I know. It might be later 2024 as well. The building that we normally host our UK LAN in is going through some refurbishments. Who is being refurbed right now is Portalis. Is certainly going to be refurbed by this mass of crossbows, putting maximum pressure on. And bear in mind that they outrange the TC by a lot, and if they are left alone, they will completely decimate all of Portalis' TC. Like, this is really bad. They've invested so much in the walling, but haven't actually been able to keep the most deadly player out. Oladushek, he's in. Losing a couple of archers, but look at how quick they shred the TC. And there's no backup. We're not in a position to help. We're starting to churn out some knights, but the knights are actually having to take a really long time to path over to their buddy, and we're still pressuring. We're expecting the knights to come out for Portalis, but Portalis doesn't have the eco to produce any knights. Portalis is just dead. Just dead. The Vils get ejected, they try and do a little bit of repairing, but more Vils go down. The damage is absolutely massive. We're down to 16 villagers, and it's just pure crossbow micro. We tried to delete all of the walls to let the knights come in to save us, but it might be too little too late. While Salad is so far ahead in numbers, at the back of this, finding a cool internet name is tough. Should just be starting to boom away and maybe start to produce some camels that are going to counter the knight spam of Salad. And, yeah, this TC will go down. We're down to 6 villagers. 6. And actually, I think we're down to 2 villages. Yeah, 2 villagers and 4 fishing ships. And they're on the hunt. If Portalis loses these 2 villagers, It's over Red Rover. That's what they say when it's over. Need to find a place. Okay. TC on the way down. Oladushek buying some food. Position-wise, though, it's like the first thing that we're going to do is walk into the fledgling TC of Portalis. And as soon as Portalis is dead, they have to call it. Like, you can't be playing a 2v2 tournament where your lower-rated player is dead and knocked out of the game. And, like, we can't even dive in with the Knights to save it because the TC is blocking it off. It's a really bad TC position. Like, we needed to move this TC, like, far, far away, like, over this side to sort of hide it. But instead, the two Vills do run away, but the TC is denied. I think we're probably going to have to call it pretty soon. Even though Salad is in such a good position, they've got a nice boom. They have nearly equivalent Vills to both Oladushek and FindingACoolInternetNameIsThough combined. But only 2 villagers for Portalis, and Portalis is trying to help wall off to the thing, but it means that these Vills are exposed, and it's like, you can't be here. You can't be here. You need to run away. These Vills are currently the most important units in the game. If any of these 2 Vills die, like, that's it. You're screwed. You need to try and save them. Like, if there's any hope of a reboot, and I mean this, like, there is no hope of a reboot. The GG comes in, and the Saracen building the army in feudal, and then Oladushek's faster click up really worked wonders. And it's amazing because Salad did really, really well that map. Like, forcing both Oladushek and FindingACoolInternetNameIsThough to be off water completely. We were so all in. Like, had we been in a position to, like, drop a siege workshop in Castle Age and, like, get a mangonel out, we probably would have been fine. But the attack landed at just the worst time for Portalis. And it does mean that taking what is officially the first set to be played, not the first set to be casted, but the first set to be played, will be Oladushek and FindingACoolInternetNameIsThough in a pretty dominant showing in Game 2 and a bit of a Civ win in Game 3 and a bit of a Civ win in Game 1. If any of the players are here, if any of the players are hanging out in chat and want to have a talk about the game, that's from either team. I don't mind. I will be in the Discord in the live casters section, which any of you can join to have a quick chat about how you felt the game went, all of that fun stuff. Then I will take a short break for like half an hour or less, depending on if anybody joins the Discord to talk it through. And then we'll be back at in what is now 29 minutes or 20 GMT. Oh no, it's more than that because it starts at 20 GMT. And yeah, we've got a full hour. Can't join voice chat though. Well, what you can do is you can tell me, how did you feel about how you and your team, how you and Oladushek played, how you felt your opponents played? Have you done any practice games before you played your first set together to like figure each other out? Did you come up with any ideas of what strats that you might try and do? Or yeah, like what was your prep, Sanjay? Yeah, fuck. I think we've got a whole hour. Wow. You did practice games together. Nice. See, preparation wins out. How are you feeling about having Oladushek as your teammate? Do you think he's going to help you improve a little bit? Considering that you are what 10, 20-ish, something like that at the moment, like early thousands. I've played a few ranked team games. Nice. What kind of strategies do you normally like to go for? Are you like a scouts knights player, or do you like archers? Like what's your thing? Are you 1v1 or team games? Like what do you like doing, Sanjay? We'll go over here. Go to this screen. Try to be well-rounded. Well, that makes one of us. And we'll put some Spotify tunes on for a moment while we have this super informal team games and archers. Arena Clown, are you a team game player, or do you do main? I'm hoping that Matt Tomsky manages to do the same kind of thing.